Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 24th, 2021, Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Everything that's transpiring right now is in a high vibrational frequency, believe it or not. But understand that the illusion, the trick, the ego mind, ego attachment, guides people to believe otherwise. It's nothing new. It's been happening forever. But now there is a shift in consciousness that identifies that the higher frequencies are becoming more and more prevalent on the planet. The mother, the earth, her soul, her God, prana, which is her life force energy, is beginning to return to the lowlands of the planet. For a very long time, the prana went higher into the mountains because of the degradation in the lower lands and the conflicts and the debauchery of nature and life. So it ascended into the mountains. And so the higher elevations, you have a higher prana. Anywhere on the planet. But it used to be everywhere. It used to be on the lowlands. It used to be in the highlands. Everywhere. And that's beginning to return. So it's quite exciting. That hasn't been the case for millions of years. And the spirit of Gaia, the God, her God, God within her, it used to be concentrated in India, as Persia, and it travels around the planet, interestingly. Just like us, with our God Force Love Light energy, we could move all over the place if we knew how to. It just takes a little bit more understanding of who and what we are. Is our energy, which is a question that comes up, is our energy smaller than Earth's, than Gaia's? No, it isn't. Size has no meaning when it comes to the God Force Love Light energy, wherever it is housed. It could be housed in a leaf on a tree. Doesn't matter. So this is important that we understand that this vibrational frequency, the increase across the planet, is due to none other than each of us, you. By maintaining your higher vibrational frequency, and how do you do that? Well, to stay in gratitude, to stay in joy and peace, because that's what all of us are. We just many haven't discovered it, because you can have joy outside yourself, but it's short-lived. You can have happiness outside of yourself, but it's short-lived. It doesn't stay. All of these are with us, always, 24/7. We just haven't opened the door up to them. So you begin to realize that as you begin to open up to yourself, go within, sit, be silent, not move at all, and just be in silence. This helps with the connection with the God within. And also you start to realize that your vibrational frequency begins to increase. You feel it. It's not something you don't feel. When am I going to have this? When's it going to come in? How do I know it? And the interesting thing is that you don't really know it, you feel it. And it's not expected. Again, no expectations or attachments whenever we do this. It just comes in from the God within. And you know it. There's no way you won't. And what it does is that you start to realize, inch by inch, step by step, that all of that joy and happiness and wonderfulness and deep gratitude, deep eternal love and peace has always been within you. No one else. Everybody else has it within them. And it's a discovery. It's an endless journey, and we have this discovery. And each time we get closer and closer to this discovery, the more we desire to stay within. Just literally stay within. So, it's always about the practice, because if you don't do it, obviously, you're not going to learn how to connect and to experience the connection at all. It's a good habit to choose to move yourself into. And it's up to each one of us, so it's not like somebody can force you or manipulate you or trick you or push you into doing it. It's got to be up to you to choose to do so. And then once you do that, you don't stop. You really don't. It's a practice, of course, but it's like anything, you know. You'll get acclimated to it, and everything changes. Your frequency changes. It goes up. And it goes up in a lot of different ways. It's not like you see it going up. You just feel it going up. And that's the key to this planet. It's the key to this civilization, is consciously knowing who and what you are. Therefore, your vibrational frequency comes from the God force, love, light, energy, and not from the physical, material world. The temporary, the permanent is the God within you. The temporary is all the stuff outside of you. So you imagine being with the God that you are, not the body, because we are not the body, we are the God. And when you do that, when you understand that, then your frequency is automatic and it begins to ascend. You find yourself more in joy for no reason. Nothing, no outside stimulus, nothing. You just feel joyful, happy, good, confident, trusting, no doubt whatsoever, no expectation, no attachments. The reason you don't have those is because you're no longer looking out there. You're no longer seeking out there. Then you'll discover that all of the desires, dreams, desires, that you have to you, for you, begin to come in. Then when you're not looking for things, because you don't care to look, you're just not interested in looking anymore. And as you experience more and more vibrational frequency, you smile more. And not necessarily outside, but inside. You smile more. You laugh more. You don't look at this physical, material world. You look at it lightly. Now, you create. We're all supreme creation. So we create 24/7. So you imagine when you're consciously aware and you're connected, you're reunited with the God that you are. Imagine what will happen when you just nonchalantly put something out there for the universe to respond to, and it shows up. And you really didn't do anything except make your intent as clear as you can. Only make the intent one thing at a time. Don't bunch it several things at a time. Focus on one thing and one thing only each time you send out to the universe. So your intent, whatever it may be, right? Universe hears it. And then when the universe answers you and you receive, then there might be something else. And here's an interesting part. There's no guilt, really, truly. You know what the guilt is? It's an illusion. It comes from the ego mind. None of us are exempt from it. All of us have felt guilty for some reason. Some of us have felt guilty and we don't even know why. So we get to a point where we start saying, why? There's no reason for me to be feeling this way. So then you turn to the ego mind, very respectfully, by the way, and you say, ego, you're not in charge here. That's all I got to say. You're not in charge here. And no matter how much the ego or the mind comes in for that, that's what your answer is. And you feel it in the heart, okay? You'll feel it in the heart. You just say, ego or mind, or both, you're not in charge here. You say it with conviction and love, and watch what happens. We all deserve, rightfully so, the best of everything that Gaia has. She knows it. So we deserve the best of everything. All of us do. Not just a few, but all of us. But the way, okay, is to not expect, is to not attach, because that's when the ego illusion and the ego, attachment come in. And that gets, for any of us, it gets really not fun. So the intention is what? To live this life in bliss, joy, harmony, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance, well-being, all of these things, but not temporary. Always. Some people say, well, how can you do it always? Once you get into the rhythm of the higher frequencies, it will be an absolute cinch. Because imagine all your attention. How many years, each of us, in this particular life, how many years have we spent seeking outside of ourselves? That's what we were taught. So, that's what everyone's taught, right? Seek outside yourself. The truth's out there. You've heard that one. The truth is out there. And all of these things, that's why so many of us became so caught up and so disillusioned and so lost. How frustrating it is to go outside yourself and seek the truth when you're the truth. The truth is the God within you. Isn't that amazing? People have spent their whole lives trying to find the truth, trying to find happiness. Okay? And of course, happiness connects to everything. But trying to find it, when all along, it's within you. It's in your own backyard. And you never looked, you never thought to look. And now more and more of us are looking. Some of us are fearful. Not a big deal. Some of us are fearful, some of us aren't. It's the unknown. The unknown is where all the opportunities are. Boom, period. And the known, is there opportunities? Yeah. Yes, physical, material. But if you really want the big, juicy ones, they're in the unknown. And you visualize this in this meditation, and we've done this a few times, is that there's all of us are on this shoreline, right? We're all just standing there. There's this raging river, Nothing like you've ever seen. Not even in the movies. This river is so raging, it looks like it's some kind of animal. And a real aggressive one at that. Now, there's a bridge that goes over the river. And then there's land. We can see it. It's kind of misty, but there's land on the other side of the bridge. Now, the bridge isn't real high above the water, so the water's, coming up and could knock you off. But the bridge is sturdy. And everything, nothing and nothing, is across that bridge into the unknown. You aren't going to know anything as you step off of that other side. So you determine what you're going to choose. And there's no turning back. The bridge is only built to go straight out. It's so narrow, you can't turn around. You can only move forward. So see, there's no going back. How many of us will cross that bridge? Because it gets very comfortable to be uncomfortable. It gets very comfortable to become uncomfortable. You ever done that? Where you're comfortable to be uncomfortable. But you've gotten so comfortable with being uncomfortable that you identify it as being comfortable. I know it sounds a little confusing, but a lot of people do that. Now, what do you think the difference is when you're comfortable without being uncomfortable? It's a whole different ballgame. So it's this discovery. That's what's changing everything on this planet. You think it's doing it on its own? It's doing it because of our vibrational frequencies increasing collectively. And what happens when that happens is that Gaia, Earth, Arya, increases her vibrational frequencies. That obliterates all the negativity, all of the unhappiness, pain and suffering, all of it. It ends it. Because it's like a domino effect. More and more and more and more of us become consciously aware. And we keep expanding. And we intensify and expand. And more wake up. Because the vibrational frequency gets so high, it wakes them up. It's like, boom. They're wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to go. So you begin to realize that everything is in your doing, each of us. Nothing else, nothing outside of you is. Only you. And to believe it is empowering, because once you begin to believe it through the heart-mind, then it is. You've identified it. Even though you've been doing it for years, you now know you're doing it. That's a big difference. Being unconsciously aware that you're doing it is that, compared to being consciously aware. Huge, huge difference. Absolutely massive. And you visualize that through your heart-mind motion picture. Your heart-mind motion picture is you choreograph it, you edit it, you direct it, you produce it, you act in it. You're all the actors and actresses in it. It's your show. And when you view through the heart-mind, obviously you're viewing through the heart-mind, not the head, not the ego mind, not your eyes, okay? So you're shifting this entire planet. You're shifting the population of the planet. And not in the lower dark matter frequencies or white matter frequencies, the opposite. So they start deteriorating because that higher vibrational frequency through the heart-mind of deep eternal love and gratitude and peace affects everything down to the smallest of the smallest piece of life, down to the core. And as we do in this meditation, we are turning a planet into a paradise, as it was intended to be in the beginning. So it's all about increasing our vibrational frequencies. Decreasing causes us to drop down, heaviness, conflict, fear, anger, frustration, anxiety, hurry, and all of it. So you know the difference. It's not rocket science for any of us. We know the difference. My frequency is low. I can understand why I'm attracting all the things I'm attracting. So I will bring my frequency back up. And these things that I keep attracting will stop being attracted to. And then new things will come in which are a much higher vibrational frequency. Huge. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. Hugely important. Head to toe, inside and out. Our bodies are like sponges. They soak in everything. People's conversations, ideas. And your stress and your tension, your anxiety and your fear, you're like this sponge magnet, and you attract all this stuff, and the universe keeps giving it to you. Events, issues, challenges. Have you ever been in a situation where you say to yourself, why is it happening to you? Why is this happening to me? Because of you. You're the one that's happening to you. And from head to toe, inside and out, all that stress, fear, anxiety, tension drops away. It kind of like vaporizes, peels off and turns into nothing. Totally neutralized. You're floating like a feather. Not a care in the world. And basically, you're not really moving. And you're not thinking. You've left the mind. You've left the ego by moving into the now. And that's all we have. And when you still the mind and the ego, it's not dictating stuff to you through the heart-mind. You know, it's because it's never satisfied. So you're always striving for something else, whether it's a worry, a stress, or fear, or wanting or having. You ever notice that? You know, you're never permanently satisfied. And that's because of the ego mind. But being in the now stills it all, subconscious mind as well. And some of us, all of us have memories, and we all reminisce, and we all reflect on them. Some of it's really fun to reflect on some memories, but other memories, we go there because we want to, okay, I remember doing this, so I know I'm not going to do the same thing now. But some of us will go back into that past, which is dead, dank. It's like an elephant graveyard. So it's no movement of air. And we'll just sit there. And we'll be living in the past. And we do it so long that we drag that past into a future that doesn't exist, and we create that future from that past, and we relive that past in that future. That's why a lot of people do that. They constantly are saying to themselves, why is it that we always end up in the same place no matter what we do? Weird. Most of the time, that's why. Others of us will go into the future, curious, When am I going to have this? When's this going to happen? When am I going to meet this person? I wonder how this is going to go. I want this to happen. All attachments and expectations. And that's when you get frustrated. That's when you start suffering. But the now negates it all. Clean slate. Only the moment to moment. The space between heartbeats. And how do we stay in the now? Our breath, our divine positive energy. The breath is the power. Soul comes into the body, energizes the body. Everything comes online in the body. And the lungs start functioning, and the air, the oxygen. And that focuses us. It sustains the body for the soul. Not only that, it relaxes you, it focuses you, it strengthens you, it eases you. So it's very divine positive energy. So every time you wander off, because we all do it, none of us are exempt, we're focused on something, and all of a sudden we grab onto a thought, like clouds passing in the sky. Tens of millions of them. They're all programs. And most of them aren't ours. So one comes by, you grab onto it, next thing you know, you're somewhere else. You're off out there, different thoughts. But imagine if you're consciously, or when you're consciously aware, you'll know that, and being gentle and kind and generous and humble with yourself, you say, okay, so I've wandered off. I'll focus on my breath, my divine positive energy, and 3,000% of the time, you will be in the now. You'll be in the now. Total silence. Mind, ego are not interfering. And it doesn't matter what you're doing moment to moment, because each moment passes and it becomes the past, and you come to the next, the next, the next, and the next. So when you move energy into form, create it into reality, you're creating for you. And the body is still. The mind and the ego are still. It's phenomenal. This is how you master them. It's the only way to master them. So every time you're out of the now, you leave the now, and you're off in these other thoughts, focus on your breath, you'll be in the now 3,000% of the time. Now, with the body relaxed and we know to stay in the now, we understand that these bodies that we're in, heart, mind, ego, mind, higher self, spirit, soul, God, the pure consciousness, all one. But we also realize that we're heaven on earth. Not heaven in the sky, heaven on earth. The soul's the heaven. Body's the earth. And when we're consciously aware, every step we take, we're creating paradise. Walk barefooted in the dirt or on the grass. Take a moment and just stand there doing nothing. Watch what happens. So we're heaven on earth, and every step we take, we're creating paradise. And we're shining our light, the God Force Love Light Energy, 360 degrees, flooding everyone, everything, non-stop, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, with the purest of the deepest eternal love. Because that's what we're all made of, made from. All of us gods are. And we have parts of ourselves. Because remember, separation is the illusion. So we're all one. And we reach out to parts of ourselves that are consciously aware, such as all of light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet, only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, this meditation, forming this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, this now. Including the ones on this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya. And they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe with not even an inch of sacred space to spare. But they come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes. The ones we're familiar with on this planet are the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elements, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the Gugaplexes, they are with us now, consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, the galactics, the celestials, yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Now, there's trillions of them. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we're somewhat familiar with are the Sirians, Andromedans, Arcturians, Pleiadians, Feline, Zeta Reticuli, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian. Many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And totally consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And they're with us now, consciously, in the trillions. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, and beneath Earth, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, this meditation, forming the circle of light, complete liberation of this planet. And in the billions, they are with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, yet only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, and be with us in this now, in this meditation, form the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And in the billions, consciously, they are with us now. The archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Vedantia, Pel, Thoth, Yeshua, many, many, many more. And only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming of this circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now the archangels, they're a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But we do meet them. We do interact with them a lot more than we know. And every time we do, it kind of comes in after we've met with them or talked with them, that it dawns on us that that was an angel. That just wasn't a regular conversation with somebody. And they all deliver the same message, but they do it in so many different ways. And it boils down to, isn't it absolutely magna glorious to be alive in these bodies in this very now? And then there is bliss. Now they can surround any one of us at any one time, the tens of thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. The ascended masters have mastered ascending into physical form and ascending out of physical form. We are mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And all of us gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force love light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the planet, the equator of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This light emanates from the God force love light energy within each and every single one of us who are gathered consciously in the hundreds of millions on and off world for this meditation. This light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take a billion trillion suns to even come close to its radiance. And this is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal love. And it's flooding everybody on this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it, non-stop, perpetually. Shifting the vibrational frequency of existence on this planet into the higher and the higher and the higher frequencies. Then we begin to ascend. As we do, we come into this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere, flashing, all kinds of directions. With all of us gathered in this meditation, flashing amongst each other, back and forth, trillions of vibrant colored, almost like laser beam lights. And we look and we see where the reflective point is, and we see that these little tiny etched mirrors, and we enter them and we discover that all of us, always, eternally, are teaching and learning from each other. So we're teachers and students. Sometimes it might be a student, other time it might be a teacher. Sometimes it might be both. Sometimes we might just be teaching ourselves something. Phenomenal on this endless journey. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. There's a column of light that reminds us all that we created, that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column of light that we created that reminds us all that we are the power, omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with an impenetrable white fire armor. Not like the armor of a knight or body armor. Way beyond that emanates from the God force love light energy within us, each and every one of us. And there's nothing that can harm us. Nothing. No demon possessions, no attachments, no lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, no manipulations, period. No harm. They can't get around us with our high vibrational frequencies. They'll vaporize if they do. Yet, only you have the power, only you, that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, anger, fear, greed, manipulation, envy, hurriedness, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with two columns of light. First one is purple transmuting flame. The column of light that we created to remind us all we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending it to pure consciousness where it is vaporized. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that we created. We can bring in right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute, cleanse, purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies once were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, and restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high, of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love. We are then met with the gold and white pink light. This is the column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun, the sunlight, the rain, and the rainbows. The sun sets and the sun rises. We are the rain and the rainbows. We're the mountains. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the soils, the trees, the forests, the skies, the clouds. We're everything, and everything is us. So the next time you see a sunset or a sunrise, or a rainbow, or a starlit night sky, it is you. You're the beauty. You're the vista. You're the magnificence. You're the divineness. You always have been. We continue to ascend above the planet, and we're immediately met with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower, larger than the solar system. In the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this golden white ball of light. It's surrounded by numerous rings of light, all multicolored, all shimmering, all sending out these endless waves, literally flooding, saturating, bathing all of us nonstop of the highest high, and the deepest of the deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. It feels great. And then we have well-being, great wealth, great abundance, great prosperity, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. At the top, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 300 degrees, then 600 degrees in six-dimensional frequency. This golden ocean is bathing us nonstop in the purest of the deepest of love. Head to toe, inside and out. See this and feel it in your heart, mind, in your heart-mind motion picture. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. It's magna-glorious and magnificent. Now, the golden ocean, we are drops of the golden ocean, and we also contain the essence of the golden ocean. The ocean is the drops are the ocean. The only illusion is separation. We then see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We all created this sphere over 3 years ago. It holds nearly 1,500 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Figure that. Feel it. All of the highest intent. All continuing to expand and intensify. All flooding this planet. Every speck of it. On it, in it, above it, and below it. The highest intent. You tell that the vibrational frequencies continue to advance, intensify, expand all over the planet, through the solar system, the galaxy, and beyond. What is it that you feel? The bliss, the joy of the God that you are? First, become centered, contented. Once you're content, then your very life will become a source of joy for everyone else. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. When mind knows, we call it knowledge. When heart knows, we call it love. And when being knows, we call it meditation. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. And we will return here Sunday, July 25th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern.